What up? You're watching Martyr Movie Reviews, Trillist in the game, and if you don't know, you better ask somebody.
Hey guys, Lucas here again for another movie review, and no, I did not just come back from the Jersey Shore, I got sunburned today. But anyway, despite that fact, I'm here to review Savages for you guys. Now, Savages is the new film by Oliver Stone, who's I pretty much have a lot of loyalty to because he wrote my favorite movie of all time, Scarface, and he's directed some great stuff like Platoon, JFK, and some stuff that I can't think of right now, but I really like Oliver Stone a lot, even though he's a little batshit crazy sometimes. And this new film, Savages, is based on the book by the same name, about two guys, Ben and Sean, who are not drug lords, but kind of entrepreneurs of marijuana in Laguna Beach, and they have a shared girlfriend played by Blake Lively, and one day the Mexican cartel asks them to partner with them because they like what they're doing, because they pretty much grow the best weed on the planet, and once they refuse, the cartel finds their weakness, kidnaps Blake Lively, and they go on a mission to rescue her back. And yes, Blake Lively does date both guys, and they know about it. And you know that shot in the trailer? You know which one I'm talking about. This one. That is an awesome scene in the movie. I heard mixed things about Savages going in. I heard people thought it was terrible. I heard people thought it was fun. And I was looking forward to it until the reviews came in. I didn't really know what to expect. But I actually really enjoyed Savages, and it's one of the better surprises of the summer. The strongest thing about Savages are the performances by everybody. Oliver Stone usually manages to capture great performances in his films, and this one's no different. It has an all-star cast with Taylor Kitsch, Aaron Johnson, Salma Hayek, Benicio del Toro, Blake Lively, and John Travolta. And the standout for me is Benicio del Toro. He was fantastic. He had a great Tony Montana-like accent, and he had me tense whenever he was on the screen. And he's a bastard. He's like the worst human being on earth, but he's still kind of cool, and I hate to admit that, but I just thought he was really awesome, and he had me shitting myself whenever he was on the screen. The ensemble was great. Salma Hayek, who I usually am not a big fan of, was very fun, and she actually had a human, character to her. She wasn't just, the queen of the cartel kind of biatch that this girl could have been. She actually had a kind of emotional arc with her daughter, and Blake Lively was good. I feel like a lot of people are hating on her because her narration, and I didn't actually mind her narration. I just thought she had some pretty terrible dialogue that was given to her, but I'll get to that later. I thought Aaron Johnson was very good. I love him as Kick-Ass. And to me, the weakest link is Taylor Kitsch, this is definitely his best movie of the year so far, but he's still not that great, and I don't know if this movie will save his career. Also, of course, Oliver Stone has a very distinct style, and he's one of the most controversial directors in Hollywood, and he has a really fun way of directing this movie. There's a lot of saturated colors, a lot of lens flares, and the thing is, the directing was really solid. He just seemed to be borrowing from a lot of other people's styles. Like whenever something violent would happen, he would have like a classical song playing, which is very Quentin Tarantino-ish, or, the lens flares, which is very J.J. Abrams with. But overall, I thought the direction was really fun, and the cinematography was pretty gorgeous. Savages' violence is just balls out gory, and a lot of the violence is really fun. It's needed, it's not unnecessary, and there's some really insane stuff. Like one of the guys, Benicio del Toro, was whipping this guy, and his eyeball actually came out of his socket, and it was down to his chin, and it was gruesome, but it was actually kind of funny at the same time, and the movie actually benefits from the violence, and I had a lot of fun with it. I could see why Savages gets a lot of hate, though. It does have some glaring issues. One is that the dialogue that I mentioned is horrible. There was a line where Blake Lively is describing her relationship with Taylor Kitsch's character, and she has a line where she says, "I had orgasms, he had wargasms," and they say that completely serious. That's not like a cheesy joke. That's an actual line that they take very seriously. And then there's another line where she says Aaron Johnson's character, he was a Buddhist, and Taylor Kitsch's character was a Baptist. Kind of just bad puns, and I don't really blame Blake Lively's narration. I just think that the writing was pretty sloppy. Also, while I think Oliver Stone directed the movie well stylistically, I think that the movie definitely has some pacing problems. There would definitely be moments where it was very entertaining, very tense, and there was be moving on a very fast pace, and then sometimes where it's very uninteresting and it drags. And I think that also has to do with the dialogue, because sometimes there's interesting conversations and sometimes it's just very dull. The thing that's most controversial about this movie is the ending. A lot of people hate the ending. I'm not going to spoil it because that's not what I do on this channel, but I'll just say the movie ends a certain way, and then they kind of say, no, that's not what really happened, this is what really happened, and it was really unnecessary, and I actually like both endings. I just wish they kind of chose one without having to show both of them, and it was a little anticlimactic, but in the end, I like the ending enough to where it didn't bother me all that much. Savages definitely has some problems, but I was very entertained, and I think it's one of Oliver Stone's best movies in the past couple of years. So, Savages gets 4 stars out of 5 from me. I'm very surprised. It's one of the biggest surprises from me for the summer, and I would probably even buy the movie on Blu-ray. So that's my review of Savages. I'll see you guys later. I'm actually in New York right now. I was in Georgia, now I'm in New York, but soon I'll be back in LA, so I'll be in my usual domain. But thanks for watching, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.
You are the wonder, you wanna know